I'm going to make a series of videos that's going to go over the different buildings and everything that we have in our town. I'm going to start off with this government building on the main part of your town that we call our town center. So a lot of you know that it's shortened to TC. So if someone asks you what your TC level is, then you'll know that this is what we're talking about. So when you click on your town center, let's go ahead and click on the I button. A lot of you, if you know my videos, you'll know that I like to look at that I button all the time because it gives you a lot more info, because I means information. So this just basically tells you what the bonus is of each level that your town center gets to. So when you're brand new, your march sizes are very small. As you keep getting bigger, you'll notice that everything else keeps getting bigger. Along with the Alliance Help number gets better. That's when you're in your Alliance tab and it's that Help button, Alliance Help. That means you can help up to 9 people. So that's kind of awesome. Also, your march queues get bigger as you get bigger. So you'll see between 15 and 16, your march queues go from 3 to 4. So those of you that gather a lot, which mostly everybody does, they gather on the tiles to get resources, your march queues really are effective. But you can't use all your march queues if you don't have enough troops. So as you get bigger, you need to continue to train, blah, blah, blah. So between 20 and 21, that's when it steps up to the next march queue, and that's the highest amount that you can get just by raising your town center level for the march queues. And you can see as you get bigger and bigger that your town center also adds to your march size and the heroes that can march in like a rally or whatever. The additional bonuses that you get from 21 onward is your troop march speed increases that much per growth. So it's a pretty good thing to keep growing your town center. All right, now we're going to go back and we're going to take a look at this main page that says requirements. Basically, when you are building, it'll tell you what you need to build. For right now, you can see that I can build my town center up because it has that green arrow next to the building. But what I will need to upgrade it to the TC22 is by getting 17 million some odd in food. I need about 12, a little less than 12 million in logs, and I'll need about probably a little over 13 million in rubble. I've already completed all of the different buildings that I need to do, so I don't need to build anything or whatnot in order to upgrade this to the next level. Now, that's where you see all these green check marks, okay? I have the Architect Acme. I bought a bunch of those. Also, if you keep scrolling down, once I build up to 22, it shows the increase that I'll get in my march size. How much force will be added just by building this from TC1 or 21 to 22, and how much sheriff experience that I'll get. But I'm not going to upgrade right now because you can see at the very top, it says maximum construction queues. I have 1. All right, so we're going to go over to the overview button and click on that. So this basically, the town center is kind of like the town center. So basically it has everything in it that pretty much describes the whole town. The first tab says what the town name is, where the location is of the town, and then click on buildings. It'll go through all the different buildings I have. So what level all of these are at. The first few buildings are the ones that you get automatically with the game. Like, you don't have a choice to build these or not, but they become available to you at different levels. Like the trading post, you can't open till a certain level. The event center is continually available, the inner town station, which is the one that takes you to the other town. As we keep going down, it says how many farms I have. I have one farm at level 21, and then I have 5 farms at level 15. I have one town at level 21. I have 5 logging camps at level 16. So it just all depends. We are playing a gang of bandits. Quarry, mines, I just do one of each to keep upgrading in this. Since it's my fighting account, I don't worry about resources because I don't really need to produce anything out of these because my farms do that for me. Now the Civic Buildings is a different story. So I have one town center, one defense factory, academy, embassy, blah, blah, blah. So it shows all of the different things that I have. The cabins are what I have more of, and the hospitals are what I have more of, because I want to make sure that I have, I'm upgrading both of those, because the cabins make sure I trained. So this just shows you all the different buildings that you have. All right, and I'm going to discuss what happens in each building in later videos. All right, now we're going to go back and click on the resource tab. So this basically is a rundown of what I have in each resource. This grain production, when you see this little sideways, just the top of the arrow, you can click on that. That always tells you that there's more information to be looked at. So this tells me what I'm producing in grain, and so on and so forth. And this one has an eye on it, so we're going to keep that. We're going to look at that. It says, rest assured, your troops won't starve. By promoting troop upkeep, saving boost, you can reduce your food consumption. So that's a good thing to have information of. So this just tells you your different production, how much you're producing every hour, how much you own, and what your capacity is. As you can see, my capacity is much lower in the majority of them because I continue to gather. That's why I don't bother to produce in this account. You can see my upkeep for food alone per hour is almost at 10 million. And I'm a smaller account. Can you imagine how much food you need to produce just to keep up with your troops? So there's no point. That's why a lot of people have another account, so that they could have one just concentrated on producing food. Also has a tab for the growth resources and how much those are growing. All right, so this is just a quick overview. Also, it has that I button that says this exact same thing as the food on the basic resources. Okay, let's go down to the troop tab. So this basically tells you what troops you have. So this is going to look a little bit different than what you have when you go into the barrack. So basically it says the troop amount at the top, the total troops that I have, and then how many troops of each different type I have. All right. And then going down to trap is the same thing. It's pretty self-explanatory. The trap is a little different because there's a max that you can have. So you can see at the top there, I have 147,704, but the max, the capacity that I can have is 158,000. So that's the difference between traps and troops. I really wish that there wouldn't be a capacity on traps. I wish that we could just continue to train train traps. Because in my farms, I don't train troops, but traps don't cost food. So I train as many traps as I can. So I can click in here as well. This is where you go to discard your troops. So this right here, I want to discard the stone obstacle and timber barricade. So the bigger I get, the more I want those to be guarding my town instead of the smaller traps. So the level 1 traps I don't want. So there's 532 of the stone obstacle. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm just going to take this bar over, and I'm going to just discard all of them, okay? Same with this one. I'm just going to discard all of them. That leaves me with just my level 3 traps. So you can do the same with troops. If you don't want these, say if I don't want a meat shield with these T1s, I can go in here and I can just discard all of them. I'm not going to because I do have a little bit of a meat shield that I'm building up. It's not very big at all. I've been focused on my next goal is to get all of my T3s of elite, the main 3 up at the top here. I want to get them all to over 1 million each, just so that that's just a simple goal that I have for myself. So then the traps and blah, blah, blah. All right. So let's go back one more and we'll go over the skin center. So you have a lot of different options for your skins. Now, I'm going to make a completely different video on just skins and where you need to go to change all of them. But this is another place that you can go to look at all the skins. So look out for that video, and I will put a link to that video once I get this one done. All right, thanks. I hope you guys enjoy these videos. Let me know what you think. Like and share. I would appreciate any feedback as well, and keep staying positive. All right, have a good one, guys. Bye.